My name is Alina Cooper, and I am 22 years old, a junior at Cypress Grove University. My life has always been one of quiet perseverance. I study hard, I keep my head down, and through it all, I find solace in the small moments, like sipping coffee at the campus cafe while reviewing my notes or chatting with friends at the library. I am not the most popular girl on campus, but I am liked. I have a small group of friends who I cherish, and I have always felt a sense of safety in our little bubble. That is until my world was turned upside down. It started one typical evening when I decided to attend a party thrown by the more popular crowd. They were loud, vibrant, and lived in a world that felt completely unfathomable to me, but I thought, why not get out of my comfort zone? Little did I know I was about to walk straight into a nightmare. As I arrived, I was excited but also apprehensive. The energy in the room was electric, and for a moment I felt exhilarated until I noticed them. Lauren Whitmore, the queen bee of Cypress Grove University, loomed like a shadow overhead. She was the kind of girl everyone admired and feared all at once. As I stood there sipping a drink, she spotted me and with her minions around her decided to engage in some casual torment. She laughed loudly and said something cruel about my clothes, which I thought were cute, to be honest. Her comments were sharp, like blades aimed directly at my insecurities. I could feel the laughter of the crowd wrapping around me like a suffocating blanket. I could not believe someone would stoop so low to make a point at my expense. I left the party feeling more than just embarrassed, I felt humiliated. In the days that followed, I decided that enough was enough. My friends encouraged me to rise above it, but something inside me snapped. I wanted to make Lauren pay, not just for what she did to me, but for all the people she had torn down just for the thrill of it. I began planning, but my first attempts were clumsy and misguided. I plastered anonymous notes around campus calling her a bully, only for her to dismiss them as ramblings of an attention seeker. I felt crushed when my actions only served to amplify her power. I could not let this defeat me. I tried gathering people who had been hurt by Lauren, but fear spread faster than courage. They were afraid of her wrath, afraid of being targeted. I had no choice but to work alone. The bullying continued, and I could feel things getting worse for me. I was pushed to the margins of social circles, and even my friends began to distance themselves, fearing that they might get caught in the crossfire. Alone, I felt utterly defeated. I hit rock bottom when I found out that Lauren had spread a rumor about me that made me the laughingstock of the entire university. I curled up in my bed for days, contemplating whether it was worth fighting back. I kept replaying all the moments where I felt powerless. I had become the victim instead of the fighter, and it hurt. But just when I thought I might stay lost forever, a fire ignited within me. I began to plot one final scheme. This would take everything I had, but if it worked, it could turn the tides once and for all. I decided to expose her during the annual Cypress Grove talent show. It was a grand event where everyone participated, and I knew she was set to perform. I practiced a heartfelt presentation where I would reveal the truth about her actions through video evidence I managed to collect from other students. I reached out to others who had stories to share. Together, we would reveal Lauren for who she really was. The plan felt risky and exhilarating at the same time. On the night of the talent show, the auditorium buzzed with excitement, the lights dimmed, and one by one students took the stage. I felt my heart race as I prepared. When it was finally my turn, I stepped in front of a packed house. I introduced my presentation with shaky hands but firm resolve. As the videos rolled, showing hurtful comments and laughter at my and others' expense, gasps rippled through the audience. I could see Lauren's face drain of color, her smug expression turning into a mask of shock. When I finished, the silence was deafening, and then the crowd erupted. Those who had once remained silent now spoke up in solidarity. Lauren's reign of terror began to crumble before my eyes. I had risked everything, and it worked. Lauren was confronted not only by her peers but by the administration as well. She could no longer hide behind her popularity. That night marked the point where her power began to fade. In the days following the talent show, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. I was no longer the victim, I was empowered. Relationships around me began to shift as people came forward to support one another, sharing their own stories of resilience. My circle of friends expanded to include those who had been waiting in the shadows, longing for the right moment to step forward. Now Lauren is no longer a threat, and I have learned the importance of standing up for myself and for those who may be too afraid to speak out. I have changed and I am stronger. My new normal includes being surrounded by genuine friends and creating a community of support. I often think back to that night and how my act of bravery opened doors that I never thought possible. Who could have guessed that the quiet girl who preferred the comfort of her books would become a voice for many? The last laugh is finally mine, and it feels good. I know now that one person's darkness does not define another's light.